There we go. Welcome everyone to the Mailbox Power Mastermind call. I hope everybody had an absolutely awesome week. And we come together every Monday morning as Mailbox Power affiliates to help us grow our Mailbox Power check. And also our check that goes along with whatever else you do if you have something else. And we like to start the week with wins. So does anybody have any wins? Nanette. Oh, nice. Yay.
So it looks like you guys know what I'm going to show you next, right?
Yep.
Beautiful.
Nice.
So
nice.
Totally unexpected. I didn't even know we were in a competition for this stuff. So for those of you that are watching after the fact, this is an award from Mailbox Power for sending over 1,000 birthday cards. And this is the gold celebration award. I know that Brenda and Michael have received the platinum level. So I don't know what that looks like. Maybe she'll share it with us one of these days. But isn't it gorgeous?
Yes, it is.
Beautiful.
We actually are only gold currently, Nanette. We're getting to platinum, but platinum is 10,000. So there's a big jump between the two.
Huge difference between 1,000 and 10,000. Yep.
Yes, they don't have a stepping.
I'm at almost 2,000 now. So, but I just thought that was wonderful.
It is. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And as Nanette said, anybody watching this replay, if you're not familiar with the current, it's an ongoing. I don't know that it's going to end because this year our goal is to celebrate more birthdays as a company, to celebrate 1 million birthdays. And I can't remember, I can't remember where we're at or if we've gotten to that yet. I think we did go for, no, we haven't hit 1 million birthdays. So anyways, if you get to 1,000, you get that award. And if you get to the 10,000, you get something else. So we're waiting to get to that level to find out. Awesome. Any other wins, Mailbox Power wins for the week? Kimberly.
Oh my gosh. So I called my new member, Kadeen, who signed up after she got the card in brownies and she put the whipped cream on top. And I said, Kadeen, you've been so busy and you haven't had a chance to use Mailbox Power. You know, I really think that you should downgrade. And she goes, you know, I probably signed up too early, but I just took a position as pastor at a church. And I'm like, well, now I can start working with your admin assistant. She's like, yep. Yeah, so I'm definitely, she's like, not only do I want to get this rolling, but I'm probably going to upgrade to the executive once I get myself grooved in, because I'm also the director of the educational ministries district-wide. So I'm like, all right, so you just inherited a church and you're going district-wide with educational Bible studies. I think that's like 80 churches. Yeah, you will need to upgrade.
Yeah.
So I love it when, you know, they see the value and they just need a little time. But I'm also very conscious of, you know, leaving, you know, money on the table, or, you know, if you're not using it, you can always get it back. But, you know, I'm thinking $79 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's 0 cards going out.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to coordinate working with her, her admin assistant, so that, and I said, Kadeen, here's all you want to do. You want to tell your assistant, I need 3 birthday, 2 get well, 2 thank you. And you just want to give her the list and let her do it. She
Yep.
goes, that sounds great.
I love it. Nanette.
So I've had 2 recent joins to Mailbox Power. One
Nice.
is, yes, I know, finally, same networking group. And the first one was to a carpet cleaning and restoration company. So he says, I got it. I don't need help. I'm going, okay, I trust you. But he's excited. The next one is a pest control guy. And he just started his company. So we're on the birthday level, but he is so excited to be able to afford the pro account so he can do some list building stuff. But we have been brainstorming ideas on how to use the system, and he is just over the top floored and excited. So let's hope that excitement continues and he uses it well.
Awesome. And there is some pest control postcards and stuff in the system already.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Or at least there was. I haven't looked at that category in a while. So let us know if you need help. The challenge, I think, with the pest control, and a lot of the older card designs like that one are 4x6 postcards, not the 5.5 by 8.5. So again, if you've got somebody that loves that design, but it's not available in the bigger one, let us know and we can help you redesign it, something very similar. Obviously not the exact same one because we don't have the graphics in that, but we can do something similar.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. He designed a handout and he cut and paste these squares of bugs, so there's bugs all over. And he just wants to keep it simple for right now. So
Good.
I'm all for that with him. And eventually I think we're going to target the Old North End, because I used to live up there, and I had more spiders than I've ever seen in my life in that house. So it's not just that house. I'm sure it's every house in that neighborhood. And so we'll aim for there and the Broadmoor area.
Awesome. So. Awesome. Congratulations, Nanette.
Thanks, guys.
Any other wins for last week with Mailbox Power or this past week? Welcome, Chris, Jill, and Suzanne. I know Suzanne was on when we got this started, but Jill and Chris joined in late. I'll let Mike share a win we had last night.
No, you go ahead, because I couldn't hear him. You were in the conversation with him.
So we're in Vegas, if you didn't figure that one out from the call last week, and we've been playing a couple of World Series poker events. So if you're a poker player, let's chat. It's fun. Our friend actually placed 30th in the Warrior event, Nanette, cashed really well. So there was 4 of us playing and he moneyed. So pretty excited. But last night, taking a lift back from downtown Fremont Street, back up to the Strip to our hotel, got in the car and we're chatting and asking the guy how he likes, driving Lyft and how long he's been doing it. He's like, I love it. It's extra money, but it's not my main gig. I'm like, oh, what's your main gig? And he does epoxy coatings. And I said, oh, that's cool. And then he went into great detail that he has a whole bunch of friends. They went to college. They're off in different cities. They're doing it. I said, interesting. We do marketing for companies. He's like, oh, tell me more. And so I told him, he's like, before I even said anything, he's like, I've heard of this basically EDVM. He didn't know what it was called, but he's like, you can go to the post office and you can get a list in that. I said, well, we do one better. He's like, really? tell me more. So the whole conversation in the cab or the Lyft ride all the way back. And he's like, I need your card. He gave us his card and he said he'll be contacting us this week. So we'll see. But he gave us his information, not just took ours. So I have a way to reach out to him when we get back home. So that's pretty cool.
Very cool.
So any others? Chris, Jill, Suzanne, anything? They're all on mute. So I'm assuming they're in a car or something. So watching our time, it's hard to do when you're on an iPad. So we got about 15 minutes and just wanted to talk about how Mailbox Power and marketing and business, and you know, we're here playing cards. What do poker and and building Mailbox Power have in common, or marketing have in common? And Mike had done, of course, he used AI, you know, a while back, and was how are they similar? So you don't remember any of that?
I remember I did the document, but I don't have the document in front of me.
Well, let me see if I can pull it up.
But I guess some of the things that in that they're similar is when you're sitting at a poker table playing Texas Hold'em, they have what they call blinds. Basically, they're forced bets that you have to put into the onto the table. And I guess if you think about it, that's kind of like the things that you have to pay for when you're in business, like the lights, the building, the rent, whatever, you know, whatever it is that you have to pay. That's some of the things that happen on a poker table. The other thing that happens is you have to make decisions about whether or not you're going to get involved in certain hands, and it's really no different than business. You have business decisions that you have to make and decide whether or not you're actually going to invest here and there. But the thing that I like about the similarities between poker and business is if you want to win some money at the poker table, you have to invest some money into the pot to be able to get any money back. If you don't invest, and the way I say it, look at that is it's investing in your business, making sure that you are able to put money in if you want to get money out. And I think a lot of times, so many people are so caught up in wanting to make money, but they don't understand that they have to put money into the business, spend money on marketing, spend money on different areas of business to be able to make that money. And marketing is so important that even when things are tough, that's the last thing that you want to cut out of your budget is the marketing. So, and I think that a lot of times businesses look at that and they say, well, I'm not making any money on my business, so I'm going to cut the marketing. And that's the wrong thing to do. We've talked to so many marketing experts that say that when you're not making money, that's when you need to be spending money to be able to market to your audience and start making that money, bringing money in.
Any thoughts, Kimberly?
If people don't know who you are and what you do, you're like a secret agent.
Yeah, I like that.
And the bottom line is you need to put yourself out there so people can make an informed decision about your service or your product. And if you're not, then, you know, you're creating a hobby, not a business.
Yeah. In my BNI group, the last few weeks, I've been talking about coming to the World Series and that we were going to play again. And I said, how many of you in the room are gamblers? And there was only one that lifted their hand the first week, and he was a Texas Hold'em player like we are. And I said, yeah, hey, Steve. And everybody else was like, And the following week I said, last week I asked how many of you were gamblers, and there was only one person that raised your hand, but you are all gamblers. You all gambled on yourself and you started a business. You are all gamblers, whether you think of yourself as gamblers or not. You're gamblers. And are you playing the game correctly? Are you investing, like Mike said? Are you investing in the game, in the hand, in your business in order to get returns out? And I always say, and I've said it on this call before, and what we tell every client prior to even becoming a client, when I'm out networking, I say, this system should never be a cost to your business. It's an investment, and that investment, our goal is that that investment creates income for your business. In other words, it creates a profit center for your business, just like in poker. Why would you sit down at a poker table with $100 or $200 if you didn't think there was a chance to make more than $100 or $200? If you're a terrible poker player or you're a terrible card player, you're probably never going to sit down at the poker table because it's not a good risk. It's not a good gamble. You've already gambled on yourself. Are you putting are you using the resources and using your finances wisely to build that business?
And are you also investing in yourself? Because in order to become good at anything, you have to be able to learn what it is that you want to get good at. So it really is important to understand that money and business go hand in hand. Everyone wants, like say, they want to look at the business and say, what I get back, but this is about service. It's about what you give and what you have to invest, not only in yourself, but in the business. The other thing that is really important is patience. You know, a lot of times people look at our system and they want overnight results. Well, I'm here to tell you that you're not going to get overnight results. It doesn't work that way. Successful people understand that. They know that there is no such thing as an overnight success, that it's taken years, maybe a decade or more to be able to get to the point where they are being successful. So patience, again, is a virtue, like they say.
Kimberly.
I think it's really important that you acknowledge that you act right, appreciate, celebrate, and thank. Because the bottom line is it's harder to get a customer than to keep one. And this platform, this Mailbox Power, has enabled me to really nourish my members, because my members are on a subscription business. So not only do I want the referrals, but I want them happy. I want them always knowing that I'm there for them, and that if something comes up, you know, this is something that it's a membership that they want to keep. It's not one that they want to look at like Netflix and get rid of, because this is an investment, and it's an investment in not only my business, but in me, in my family, and how I stay in touch with people. And so I am a sold out fan of Mailbox Power. And I know that so many people in my church alone have benefited from getting appreciated, celebrated, or thanked, especially when they were down, especially when they were going through a surgery procedure, or, you know, lost a loved one or something. We never know what people are going through, and we don't know the power of a card totally flipping their day in a positive direction. So I just think that we've got the power to really spread kindness. People are starving for it, starving for recognition. And we've got a way to really not only keep our clients happy, but to find new ones through referrals. Thanks for allowing me to share.
I love that, Kimberly. Suzanne.
Yeah, I wanted to tell Nanette that, you know, I did the video when I received my plaque and put it on Facebook. And I cannot tell you the number of responses that I got. And everybody was like, oh, I love the cards. Like, you know, they always come at the right time. I look forward to getting them. You know, it opened my eyes. I thought, oh my goodness, you know, these people are just really appreciating, like you said, Kimberly, you know, appreciating what I'm sending. And that just, you know, makes a really big difference. But it's amazing. Now I feel more comfortable reaching out to them, you know, since they enjoy it. And it's like, how would you like to do this also? Or is this something you might like to do? Or what's good words for that? Brenda, you're good at that.
Those are kind of some of the words that I use, Suzanne, is if somebody reaches out and says, you know, those cards always hit at the right time.
Mhm.
You know, how would you like to do that for your clients in Circle of Influence?
Mhm. Mhm.
How would you like to do that for your clients
Mhm.
and Circle of Influence?
Mhm.
And my question for everybody is, so many times in these past few days, Mike and I have been all in poker. All in. Are you all in your business, whether that be Mailbox Power or another business? And you can ask your customers, are you all in? And what I mean by all in is, are you doing what it takes to move forward in the business, to grow the business? And so we talk a lot about, and I said in the taxi ride, I talked about the postcard marketing. But I didn't stop there. As Kimberly said, we have an extremely powerful system for appreciation and gratitude. And I think I even made the mistake when Casey and others were like, nobody's talking about the postcards and we need to be talking about the mailing list. It's such a powerful feature. And then I went to talking a lot about that. Not that I never talked about the other things, but last night when I talked to him about the mailing list, I made sure I talked to him about, once the clients come in the door, you don't just use it for marketing. You don't just use it for reach out to those mailing lists. You then, as clients come on, you need to thank them. You need to stay in front of them every month or every few months. You need to send a birthday and a holiday, because that is your future business. As Mike and I have said before, 80% of your future business comes from 20% of your current clients. But if you're not in front of your current clients and they forget about you, they can't refer you. It's not just about know, like, and trust. It's about know, like, trust, and remember. Because somebody can know, like, and trust you and done business with you, but out of sight, out of mind. So make sure, if you are talking about our mailing lists and the postcards and the unlimited send for $199 for the executive membership, I think we're all doing ourselves a disservice and the customer a disservice to leave it at that and not talk about what they need to do as those clients come in, or what are they doing for their current clients also, because really the money is in the list they already have, not a cold list. Because let's face it, with Mailbox Power, it is based on demographics, so it's a pretty good list, but their best list is the one they already have, unless they're starting the business today. So let's make sure we're talking about both.
I don't have anything more. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to add?
So the lifetime value of a customer is something that we all need to just really value, to the point where we are touching them beyond the transaction.
Exactly. I hope this was helpful. Was this helpful?
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you showing up every Monday. If you're watching the replays, thank you for watching the replays. You can catch the replays on our YouTube channel, which is Michael and actually just go to YouTube /@life's LIFES real currency, and you can find the channel, and then just go to the Mailbox Power Mastermind replays. Or if you need tutorials, we have another channel or another list out there that is tutorials on Mailbox Power. So With that, I hope you all have an awesome week and we'll see you next Monday.